Hey, listen, you don't need a new list of intentions or more affirmations right now. What you do need is 5 minutes to shift out of the state of monkey mind you might be in and being able to reset your energy to a state of calm manifesting magnet. That's what we're going to talk about today. So go ahead and let me know in the comments if you know what I mean when I say monkey mind and if you feel like you have it. And maybe is this something you struggle with? Go ahead and tell me about it in the comments. I'd love to hear it and hear maybe share with me what your struggles are like so that I can support you. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it right here. So, the very first step of the 7 steps practice that I teach is called getting centered. And there's a reason for this. Your brain only knows the present tense. Okay. This is something that's proven. You can look it up. It literally lives in the present tense. It doesn't matter. It may remember things from your past or think about things that might happen in the future, but that's just what it does, but the lens that it is always thinking about all that stuff through is the present tense. And that's why even when you're thinking about the past or thinking about the future and you might be having worry, you might be having regret, you might be having fear on either end of that, but your body is reacting. Like you might start to feel tense or you might start to just feel like you're just uncomfortable in your body when you're thinking in this way because your brain thinks it's happening right now. And so your body reacts as if whatever you're thinking about is happening right now. And that's why worry about what might be happening or what might happen, or regret or fear about something that has already happened that you can't go back and fix, can totally throw off your manifesting because your power is in the present moment. And if your mind is focused on the past or the future and it's in a state of worry, fear, regret, then your focus is not in the now. And in the now is where your power is. So they're not, your power and your focus aren't aligned. And when you're not grounded in the now, mind, body, spirit, all of that, you're leaking energy and power to whatever it is that's distracting you. Okay. That's a big deal. That is a big deal. With the world being so noisy and so cray cray and so many out there vying for your attention and focus, and there's ad campaigns poking that part of your brain that triggers worry, fear, and regret on purpose. This can make it really difficult to get and stay centered. But I'm going to tell you how to create a practice that will help you take back your power and get and stay centered, which is one of those things that you must do, especially right now. I love Caroline Myss. I've watched her since the 80s when she had her own TV show on regular television. But one of her things that she said as we started going down this road this year is find your center and you hold on to that center for dear life. No, because your life will depend on it. It's just the way that you are manifesting right now. Everybody's manifesting is a lot faster and people forget. It's not like, oh, I'm only manifesting when I want a new car or I want a new thing or whatever. If you're awake and breathing, you're manifesting. It's where your focus is going that leads your manifestation. So if you're feeling kind of crappy, you're going to manifest stuff that's going to make you feel more crappy. Because if you're afraid or you're living in regret or worry, you're going to have more things manifest that can cause that. But if you can stay centered, and take back your power in the present moment, that's where you will find that you start manifesting the things that you want instead of the stuff that you don't want. Okay. And here's the first thing to getting centered. Now, don't balk at this when I say it because a lot of people do, but it's meditation. And stay with me because you may think it's one thing when it's really not. Because here's the deal, most people skip this step. And I've heard it a million times. I can't meditate, or my mind won't be quiet long enough for me to meditate, or I don't have an hour to sit under a tree in a sheet meditating. I mean, like, who has that kind of time? Because literally, when I first started this, like, I don't know, 12 years ago, and I studied under a meditation teacher who I will not name, But that person was like, "You need to meditate 2 hours a day," and blah, 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 and all this stuff, and I was like at the time, I was working as a corporate paralegal. I did not have 2 hours a day just to sit under a tree and, like, meditate. It doesn't work that way, so I had to create a practice that fit my life, and this practice fits everybody's life, and it grows with you, and this is why people have a visual of what meditation is and they don't understand, and I want you to really really know this and hear this. A lot of folks out there don't understand that you can make it what you need in that moment to get what you need, both in the confines of what your life looks like right now and what you can do, and giving yourself grace. Like, think of it, if you go to yoga class, they don't say it's a competition and everybody has to be able to put their foot behind their head. No, you're in class, and it's often stated, if it hurts, don't do it. If you are not, it's not about a flexibility contest, it's about listening to your body. So this is the same thing. Okay? It's about listening to what you need, mind, body, and spirit, to get centered and doing that. So the problem, though, is that fear around all this about, oh, I can't do this, makes people just skip it. They don't want to deal with it. They skip it and they go straight into asking the universe for stuff while they're still anxious or scattered or resentful or just numbed out, and then wonder why their manifesting misfires happen. That's, it's because you're not focused. So you can't manifest from a state that you're trying to escape from. If you're numbed out, you can't manifest from that space and expect to get what you want. That's resistance. And all you do when you manifest from a place of resistance is manifest more resistance. Hence the quote, what we resist persists. That's why. So, look, I'm going to say, I get it, because seriously, as I said, who has an hour to just sit around and meditate these days? And I want to tell you, you don't need an hour. You need less than five, like literally less than 5 minutes. And in some cases, less than that. And I want to burst a few myth bubbles right now about meditation, because I think these ones really do contribute to that. Well, I don't have time. I can't do it. My brain won't stop going, blah, 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 all that stuff. So, number one, dispelling the myth that it's about not having any thoughts, because that is the biggest bunch of crap that I've ever heard. And it is a myth. It's a myth, and it's not true. And nobody, I don't care who you are. You could be the Dalai Lama, but you're still going to have thoughts during your meditation, because that's a human thing. Human beings have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. Let me repeat that. 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. If you didn't have a thought, you'd be dead. And that's a whole other video that I don't have time to go into here. So thoughts during your meditation are okay. It's how you navigate them while you're meditating that matters. And it's important to have thoughts while you're meditating, because number two, meditation isn't about, again, not having thoughts. It's about becoming more aware of your thoughts so that you can choose if those thoughts that are coming to you are where you want to go. Like, your first thought, and Michael Lennox has said this, and I love him, he's the astrologer. Your first thought is usually involuntary, because you're usually reacting or responding to stimuli, external stuff, right? And then the thing is, your second thought, you are able to control, but only if you're aware that you had the first thought and you're aware that you have a choice. Meditation strengthens that awareness muscle. It's like a workout for that muscle. So that's one of the reasons why we meditate. And then thirdly, when you have that strengthened awareness muscle, because you've been practicing your meditation on a daily basis, it's about allowing your inner voice to say whatever it needs to say, and about you allowing all of that to just float right by, because you can stay in observer mode. And it's not you're ignoring it. It pops up and you can notice it without judgment, without fear, without worry. You just notice, oh, that's what I'm thinking, or where did that thought come from? So that you can choose, do you want to follow that line of thought, Or are you like, that's not serving me? This is where you build that muscle. And people don't talk about this. They just say, hey, I'm going to give you a meditation. Hey, I'm going to do this. Or hey, you should meditate. But if you don't, you can. No, I have found it's a non negotiable because that's what builds the muscle of awareness that you need to have to really know where your energy and focus is. Because if energy goes where, energy flows where focus goes, you need to be in such awareness that you know where your focus is, so that, guess what? If that's a truth, then you need to be in control of where your focus is. And you can't be in control if you aren't aware of where it is. I mean, like, it sounds silly, but it's really that simple. So the more you use the process and the more you can do it even when you're not meditating. So it's not even like the first steps are to just start meditating. The second is to start noticing where your thoughts are going. Not to attach to them, not to direct them, just to notice them so that you can figure out, what do I want my next thought to be? Right? Because that's the point. And so when you build that muscle, what then the next step that happens is, when you're not meditating, you're out living your life, driving your car, going to work. Basically, that whole let it go process, it gets easier because you can do it when you're in those life situations. When something happens and you have that first thought and you're in awareness, so that's my first thought. And then you can say, I wonder how I want to navigate this, and have that quick internal conversation. And it gets faster the more you do it. But it really turns into getting that letting go process to move a lot faster and more easy for you. But that's a whole nother video that I could spend way too long, and I don't want this video to be 3 hours long. So just for right now, we're focusing on the awareness that meditation builds. So anywho, I started my practice about 10, 12 years ago, like I said, and have done this practice nearly every single day. And mine, at this point lasts about 40 minutes, maybe sometimes an hour if I'm really enjoying it. But I didn't start at that. See, that's another thing. Everybody that, you might jump in with as a teacher, you have to remember they've been doing it for a long time. That's why they can do it for an hour, and they've figured out how to carve it into their day, and they've figured out how to manage those thoughts as they float by. When you're just starting out, you don't have to do that, okay? But I will tell you this, the more you do it, the more of a non-negotiable it will be for you, okay? So pretty much for the past 10 years, I think nearly every single day, I will say this, I have skipped a few days, and I'll tell you what had happened, but pretty much after like skipping those days, it has become a non-negotiable for me to do my meditation every single day, every day. But in the past, like, I may have thought, oh, I'm tired. And this may be you too. I'm tired. I don't have time today. But every time I skipped, I felt the difference. Okay. I felt more anxiety. I felt more like emotional regulation more challenging. I felt more numb. I felt less in control of my own thoughts, to the point where right now, like I said, I don't skip anymore. I will get up an hour earlier. And those of you who know me, I am not like, I like being up in the morning, but I don't like interacting with others in the morning. So I don't like doing anything in the morning. But now if I have stuff that's going to start early in the day and it's not my normal schedule, I will get up an hour earlier just so I have time to do my practice. I also don't book calls until well after I know I'm going to be done with my practice. Like, that's how non-negotiable this part of this practice, this step in this practice is for me. Full stop. It's a non-negotiable. So I want to do this right now for you. Okay. I want to do this together, and I'm going to guide you through a quick meditation right here. It's not going to take an hour. If you're driving, don't do this because, I have to mention that. But if you're driving, don't do this. Wait till you're home and in a chair or laying down. So with that, I want you guys to get comfortable in whatever chair. I want you to, whatever position for meditation you like, sitting, laying down, whatever feels good for you. Go ahead and if you're sitting, Put your feet flat on the floor, hands, palms facing down in your lap. And when you're ready, if you would, let your eyes float closed. And if you're not comfortable closing your eyes, you can just gaze down at the floor or maybe a spot on the floor and let your eyes unfocus on that spot. And go ahead and let your eyes float closed or find your spot. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth, allowing your body to soften. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through your mouth, allowing your mind to soften. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth, bringing your attention to your feet and sealing your lips and allowing yourself to inhale and exhale through your nose at your normal pace now. And with your attention on your feet, allowing your roots to go deep into the earth and connecting with the crystal grid in the earth all the way to the core. And maybe allowing, as you breathe, any tension from the top of your head to float down your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your chest, and your back, down over your hips, your legs, your knees, down your calves, all the way down your feet, and let it just drain out into the earth. And breathing. And as you inhale, maybe draw up energy from Mother Earth, and it's like a green and a brown energy that's grounding up your legs, up over your hips, up your back, up your belly, over your chest, up your shoulders, and down your arms, your elbows, all the way to your fingertips. And then up over the back of your head, over your face, allowing your eyes to rest in their sockets, feeling the grounding energy from Mother Earth just completely around you and in your body. And now focusing on the crown of the head and inviting the light from the energy of the universe to pour down through your chakras, through your crown chakra, and we're going to clear and cleanse. Clearing, cleansing the crown chakra. Clearing and cleansing and pouring down into the third eye chakra. The light of the universe pouring down into your throat chakra and balancing that. And down through your heart chakra, pouring down and balancing and clearing. And down into your solar plexus, the area of your power and your authenticity. And clearing and cleansing and balancing that. And down again, pouring down into your sacral chakra, clearing and cleansing and resetting. And pouring down into your root chakra and clearing and cleansing and creating a base on which you can stand and feel safe and secure. And now as we are breathing in and out of our nose, I want us all here, whether you're watching or listening to any form of this meditation, live or recorded, we're all sitting around a fire. And we all see each other. And we smile because we all feel safe together. We're going to share at least one on a piece of paper in front of you. Write down one intention that you have. And then fold the paper towards you. And when you're ready to let it go up to the universe, I want you to put it in the fire. And don't worry, it's safe. Put it in the fire. And watch your intention, the smoke from your intention, rise up to the universe. knowing, because you are a divine child of the universe, divine child of source energy, divine child of the ultimate creator, that now you are opened up the co-creative process between you and the universe to bring about your intention. And breathing. And I also want you to take your left hand, put it over your heart, cover that with your right. As you're breathing, as you inhale, exhale, and come to your heart center and let your heart speak to you for a moment. Let your heart show you how much love there is for you. Maybe even asking it, what do I need today? What do I need today? And being quiet for a moment as you listen, and I will keep the time. Go ahead and listen. Breathing. And thanking your heart for letting you know what it might be that you need today, that you can give yourself. And with your hands still here, I want you to start imagining your inhale. Imagine the inhale starts at the base of your spine. We're going to go up through the elements all the way to the top and then come back down. So on the inhale, we're going to go up. Inhale, earth, fire, earth, water, fire, air, and exhaling, air, fire, water, earth. Inhaling, earth, water, fire, air. Exhaling, air, fire, water, earth. And one more time on your own. Coming back to center. Coming back to stillness. Being in your breath just through your nose. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. And staying here. And knowing you can come back to this centered feeling whenever you need to. And now we're going to inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Feeling yourself come back into your body. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through your mouth. Feeling the chair or the bed or the sofa rising up and supporting you. And then inhaling through your nose. Exhaling one more time through your mouth. Wiggling fingers and toes. And when you're ready, opening your eyes. Okay. Oh my goodness. There you did it. How was that? You totally meditated. High five. Well, 10. There you go. And that's really getting centered. That's it. And that's the first step of your new manifesting practice. So you can come back here every time this video, you can come back and do that meditation, maybe find a meditation you like or do something similar. But either way, it's the one step most people skip and it feels so good. Think about how good you feel right now, how centered you feel right now, how calm you feel right now. And most people skip this awesome feeling, the feeling of alignment. And it's because they've talked themselves into the idea that they can't do it. But now you know you can, and you can't unknow that. So here's the thing about meditations and getting centered and the 6 other steps in this practice. Knowing how to shift your state doesn't mean much if you don't know what's subconsciously working against you. So I want you to start doing this because it feels good and it puts you in alignment. but we have to know why you're getting kicked out of alignment in the first place. So, making sure that you're bringing all these together and start meditating so that you can see what floats up for you. So, maybe you notice something flying past in your thoughts and you learned in this moment not to fixate on it. Just, oh, that's interesting, and keep moving. And the thing is, though, that those things that float up into your awareness, they can be like, here's what's I need to notice about it. And what's the running theme? That's the current block. And if you're curious to find out maybe what that is right now, um, and what's working against you personally right now, and I mean that in the sense of what block is happening right now that's in your way from manifesting that you can focus to shift and release. Because once you know and understand something, you can let it go. I've built this 2-minute quiz and it's called What's Your Manifesting Archetype? And every time you take it, you might get a different answer because we're always changing. But right now, it'll tell you which archetype you're embodying right now and what that archetype's current block is so that you can learn how to dissolve it. And then you can get back to manifesting your dreams in under 2 minutes. So I did that for you. The link is in the description. It's free. Go ahead and head over there if you want to. And if you're loving this, if you're, loving all the stuff that I'm sharing here, you're going to love another video that I'm making for you. We're going to talk about the number one way that we usually sabotage our own manifesting. And it might not be what you think it is, but I will pop a link in the description. I'm going to try and put it up here, but sometimes the technology doesn't work for me. I keep grabbing my hair. It doesn't work for me. So if it's not right here, it'll be in the description and you can go and grab it and start watching that too. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you love the meditation. And until next time, I'll see you in the vortex. Bye.